Hi guys, and welcome back to my little nook in this part of the universe, Koala's Creeping here on YouTube. So I hope that you are not disturbed by some sounds that are going on because I can't really isolate the sound when I'm using my phone. So I hope it's all well. If you hear some noise in the background, it's just, apartment noises. Voices? Okay, I just start laughing at myself when I say when I pronounce things in a weird way. Okay, so today I'm gonna show you an example of how a rune drawing for myself, what it can look like. So today, so what I usually do when I draw runes is I sound the runes. That's why I'm using my phone. Okay, so because when I use my computer and my wonderful mic, my wonderful microphone, for some reason it doesn't pick up on the sounding of the runes the way I like it. Not always, so it's a gamble. So but my phone does. It picks up on every noise, so every sound. So that's why I'm using my phone. So I'm gonna sound my runes, and then I will ask the runes questions. But I usually just whisper them into the bag with my runes. So I thought I was gonna tell a little bit beforehand what I'm gonna ask, and I will walk you through it. I will draw the runes for me, and it's a specific issue that I'm dealing with right now, and I want some guidance from the runes. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I will talk to you about it as I am drawing them. So when I draw a rune, I'm gonna tell you what I get from it, and you will see the process. So I hope you will enjoy see how it can be. So I think with this, I want to show you that it's not extravagant in any way. I don't believe that the clothes make the man or the shaman or the room magician. I don't believe in any of that. I usually do some stuff to heighten the ambience. I can light a candle. If I'm opening a sacred space, I usually have a candle or something in the middle of that space to hold that space. So and if I'm outdoors, I might have a fire if a fire is allowed. Right now we have a drought here in Sweden, so fire isn't allowed. But I might bring like a bind rune, like a stone with a bind rune on to put in the middle, or I can choose a crystal to put in the middle of the sacred space to like help me hold it, which is to uh, just to mark where the center of the space is. So today I'm not going to open a sacred space because when I work with the runes in my own home is a sacred space enough. I might clear with some incense or something like that. I have some Swedish cedar tuya that I usually burn. I also have some heather, and I also have some what's the last thing I have? I can bring them here and show you guys. Okay, so this one is the tuya. I got it from a friend a long time ago. It's just like it was like this before, maybe. This is the burnable part, I would say, right now. So it had like 2/3 is gone. And then this is heather. This is also like a quarter left. You can see some of the purple flowers there. And then I have something I don't remember the name of. It's Native American, I think. So I don't remember what it is actually. So, but I remember it's for protection and holding space. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna burn some of this, and I usually use matches or a candle. Yeah, so I usually just squeeze the incense on my, I have a big shell, and I like press it down to just get some air in there, and then I light it, and it burns quite slow. And I say a rhyme in Swedish. Luftens rök och jordens eld, rena välsigna denna medicinplats. Det är vägen ondska, det är vägen rädsla. Alla stagnerade energier som har fastnat här. Bara gott och ljus och kärlek får finnas kvar. So I'm basically asking the fire and the smoke to clear the space of heavy energies and to only let love and light be here. Okay, so wonderful. And I'm gonna take my runes. So before I sound the runes and really focus on the issue, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it so you know what I'm gonna draw my runes for. And I'm also gonna write down. Okay, so I won't name any names. I'm just gonna state the issue. And when this airs on, like when this episode is published on this channel, it will have happened quite a long time ago, because this is recorded months before this will be published. So it will, even if the person maybe recognizes or someone recognizes something, it's gonna be over and done with. So yeah. So what I'm gonna draw some runes for is there's a person that is a client of mine right now that has some, I would say mostly communication issues with me. So I am this person's guide through the runes and through shamanism and shamanic practicing, like the shamanic practice. So I am this person's guide through all of this. And this person, I'm gonna try not to use pronouns. This person has some health issues, and most people that turn to shamanism do. So that's one of the things we are working through, or I'm trying to help this person with. So on one hand, there is the health issues. On the other hand, it's the matter of my services aren't free. So, and we have like what's the word in English? We have an understanding, and we have yeah. So this person knows how much they are supposed to pay on a monthly basis. So, or from like time to time. And I have been very patient, and I have asked this person if they need, well, we have an understanding, we have an understanding. The problem now is that this person has some communication issues, and I have been having to have some really long and tough talks with this person about the communication between us. And recently something happened that made me really, really frustrated, right? So I just want to know from the runes how I'm supposed to handle this right now, because I feel for this person and the health issues that the person is going through. I want the person to keep up their end of the agreement. I have been pushing and guiding as much as I think I can in this situation, but I'm feeling like I am kind of being taken advantage of and maybe stepped on a little bit. And so I'm like at the end of my rope with this person, and I'm in the situation right now where I have to handle this in a good way. And because I am so frustrated, I might be, leaning towards being rougher with the person than I want to be. And I do have deep empathy for this person, and I want that to shine through at the same time as I don't want to be stepped on. So I have a decision in my mind, right? I have like a way that I would like to handle this, but I know that the ego can get in the way. So and this might be my ego wanting to handle it in that way, and that might not be for the best of either one of us. So I'm going to ask the runes the best way to handle this situation. Yeah, and the best way to ask the runes is to use open questions. So no yes or no answers. I'm not going to ask like, oh, should I handle it the way I want to? Because the runes won't give me a yes or no answer. So I'm gonna sound my runes, and then I'm gonna ask, and then I'm gonna tell you what's coming through. So I don't want to call it an interpretation because well, the only thing I'm interpreting is what's coming through. I don't look at runes and go like, oh, this is this rune, it usually means this, and the significance of this rune is this, so I should do this. That's not what I do. I don't interpret the runes as I look at them. I interpret whatever's coming through from, like, the runes on my channel to the source, to the divine, to the cosmos, or like whatever. It can be a medium between me and whatever. And so even a medium between me and the people that have passed away, if I feel the need to have something between me and another person. So maybe because of heavy energies or trauma or something like that, I can use it as a medium to keep myself a bit more safe in a situation. I've had to deal with people that have been lost in like like accidents at sea or whatever, and there's a lot of like heavy energy, and that's something I want to keep a distance, then I can use them. So in this case, I'm gonna use the rooms as a medium between my between like the upper worlds and my guides for my highest good and our highest good. So me and spirit, we can say it's a medium between me and spirit, and I'm going to interpret what spirit tells me, because it's not just for my highest good, it's for the other person's highest good. So what's the highest good in this situation? That's what I want to know. And what's the best way that I can handle this so that I'm not stepped on, but I don't let my ego get in the way of what's best for the other person in the situation as well. So because when something has been going on for a long time, it builds up frustration. So I might even also ask what I'm supposed to do with the frustration, So let's see. Just making myself comfortable. Utrustrid kengi funyagal naudis yara pertra iu algi soltyr bjerka maderlagu ingodal lagas fett. Utrustrid kengi funyagal naudis yara pertra iu algi soltyr bjerka maderlagu ingodal lagas fett. Utrustrid kengi funyagal naudis yara pertra iu algi soltyr bjerka maderlagu ingodal lagas fett. And except for connecting with the runes, sounding the runes for me is also a very good way to just center myself and to center myself before handling the runes. So these are my runes. They are gray clay. So I'm gonna ask them how I should handle this situation. And when I sound the runes, I'm also connecting myself to the source and to the cosmos and the spirit. So I already am receiving some messages, but I want the runes to help me make it clear. So what I'm getting through before even drawing the runes are with, what's the words? In Swedish, it's försiktigt, like carefully. I should do it with care and carefully. So how should I handle the situation? So I asked with an open question, how should I handle it? Remember that, okay? And I have one rune in hand, and it's Ur or Urus. So I use the Swedish names for the runes. So for me, it's Ur. And when I make my English videos, I use the English names for them, and that's Urus. I don't know where the English words where they come from in like originally. I'm just doing it because that's like what you guys recognize when you watch this. You're like, oh, hopefully if you know some runes before, you might have heard the English names for them, and that's why I use them, so that you can recognize which is which. But I personally, when I work with them, I use the Swedish names for them. And then I hold the rune and close my eyes and just let whatever answer come to me. So how should I handle this situation? I got Urus or Ur. So what I'm getting through is I should start from the beginning. I see the depths of Ginnungagap with my inner eye. So it's like the great void before creation. So I should handle this. So remember, before I draw the rune, I got like with care. So I should do it carefully, or like not carefully as in with care, carefully as in with care. And so I see the great void of Ginnungagap, and I get I feel that I should do it. I should start over, right? So what does that mean? So I'm listening to the room. Yeah. So okay. So it's a confirmation. It's a great confirmation for me, because the rune is telling me I should collect the resources and start from the beginning. And that's kind of how I want to deal with it in the first place. I want to just draw a line in the sand and then like draw a line in the sand and just let her catch up to the line and then start over. That's kind of how I want to deal with it. So I'm gonna write it down. So I'm gonna pause this, but you won't notice. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna write it down for me. So an important thing now is that I haven't asked all my questions in a row. So that means I asked one question and draw one rune. So I put this back so I can ask the next question. If I want to draw all the runes that I want in succession, then I should ask the questions from the beginning. So yeah, let's take another example, like when I draw the runes for the new moon, I ask the Norns about the past, the present, and the future, and I ask it all at once in the beginning. So I ask Urd, Verandi, and Skuld from the beginning, and then I draw the runes for those three: the past, present, and future. And now in this is like a spontaneous or like an intuitive drawing. So I ask one question, I put the rune back, and then I ask the next question, because maybe the questions have changed in my mind as I draw the runes and get some answers. So in this case, it's better to do it this way. So I told you before, I want to also know what I'm supposed to do with this frustration. So I'm going to ask that later, because now how I want to proceed this is I want to know how can the communication between me and this person improve. Because I'm very well aware that I can only change myself, and I can only change my approach. I can only change everything that I can change, I can't change the other person. I can't make them do anything. So that's why I'm asking it such an open question, at how can the communication between us improve, and knowing that it will probably mostly fall on me, whatever answer is coming. I got one rune, and I got Ing or Ingwas. Yeah, Ingwas, I think is the name in English. Ingsus? No, Ingwas. Okay, so in this case, this rune is telling me it's I feel my sacred masculine part like coming forward. So because I told you guys that I felt like I was a little bit stepped over, pushed over, taken advantage of, and that is some of the negative aspects of the feminine, of the sacred feminine, being like, because the sacred feminine is it's a holding energy, it's a nurturing energy, and when you nurture and give too much of yourself, that's bad. So that's what I've been doing. I've been nurturing this person above my ability, or above the energy I have. I've given too much of myself. So this rune, that among other things stands for the sacred masculine, is telling me to bring forth these traits in me, and being more firm. So I have to be guiding but firm, and I have to stand up for myself. So those are the ways I have to I can improve the communication. Look, my frustration is coming through now because I feel like I have tried to do this before and all, and it hasn't really worked. But I trust the runes and I trust their message and their guidance. So I'm gonna write this down before asking the next question. And I also got from this rune, I also got that the sacred masculine is, think of it as spirit that's looking down on, or like holding, like a sacred space kind of holding, not holding as in a nurturing feminine side, like, and the nurturing feminine would hold and let the person cry and scream and just be there holding the person. But this rune is telling me that I should take a more distant approach, to be like watching over and holding the space for, but not holding the person. This person needs to hold themselves, and I have to just hold the space and kind of distance myself emotionally. And I that's not my greatest, but I'm really good at emotional connection. Okay, so this is gonna be a challenge for me, definitely. Okay, so I'm putting this back, and now I'm gonna ask what I'm supposed to do with all of this frustration. And I can already see it as like a dark cloud of frustration above my head, or like soaring somewhere here. So let's see what I'm supposed to do with that. There's a lot of runes when I come through, or none at all. Let's see, yeah, one. Okay. Insus, I think the name in English is ISS in Swedish. Okay, so immediately when I'm holding this rune, I am just getting a sense of centering myself and then clearing from the inside out. So not letting go down to the Earth Mother, and not letting go up to the Sky Father, just like clearing myself from the center and out. And I'm also getting that I can use the medicine of this rune to do this. And I love sounding this rune, so I'm gonna do that. And it might not go through. It might be like, sometimes the sound is so high that even my phone don't pick it up. It just like, you can see me shape my mouth and it's just still. So we'll see. And I usually sound the rune, when I'm using the medicine in this way, I'm usually sounding the rune until I feel the effect of it. And I actually felt the effect of it after just the second sounding. But I usually sound at least 3 times when using the energy of a rune. So that's why I did that. Okay, so now I know what to do before I handle this situation with care. Draw a line in the sand. Just start over. So I'm gonna write that down before ending this video. So guys, thank you very much for joining me in this not so short session. It usually, I don't, when I do this like with another person, it's usually not this much explaining and just drawing and really relaying messages. So but this was for you, just a short lesson in drawing rooms, or just like a show and tell, I guess. So until we meet next time, walk in beauty, and as I always end my videos, shingling.